Hello, Blumachisa here. Hope you like this video. Bunch of pretty mountains I've seen. Yeah, I decided to post those up in this video. This is gonna be a live, so please watch the comments. Please do comment. It's gonna be a live, push in the comments. Also, maybe comment afterwards, see how much you like it. Yeah, lovely. Please do subscribe. Push that subscribe button right up there. Please do like. Looks just like that. Here we go. Getting a lot of video of the Rockies today. Great view of them. Let's see what else I can see. You think you would just look at those, right? No. Isn't that beautiful? We're in this Mike Wazowski, but I have a fantastic view from here. This is the area in Everett called View Ridge. You might be able to hear cars by me and behind me. The Highway 99 is right behind me. I know of this because it's a bridge that goes across, car bridge. And then you get to see this from a small park. Let's see it. Number one. Yeah, that's the road, but look at this. Power lines, but unobstructed view. Of the mountains, Rockies. Then it also, zoom out real, goes into this small little park. It collects for the birds, I think. Pretty. We have this. This is from the bottom of the hill. Look how big this park is. It's kind of a small one, I'd say. But I do like it. Okay, we left off right here. The year of the park, January. First up was decided to educate the public on exactly what Walt Disney World would be. Most assumed it would be similar to Disneyland, but frankly, the concept of just another was never part of Walt Disney's vocabulary vision. The message was brilliantly delivered in the beginning of the year start with the headline Disney builds world's first vacation kingdom. Tantalized the public by declaring Walt Disney World is more than a recreation amusement center. It is an all-encompassing destination vacation resort, totally master planned and coordinated so that each of its attraction components to the others. Spring Disney publicly went into the full throttle mode, educating a Eastern audience on Disney heritage and the mouse in their future. February saw an army of journalists visiting where Mickey Mouse lives. It was still early. In construction, some mounds of earth, piles of lumber, and hundreds of hard-headed workers dominated the landscape. But here and there, bits of whimsy could be seen. By spring, it was hard to open a newspaper and not find a new tidbit on information. Readers feasted on steadily diet of breaking news about corporate sponsorships, coordination updates, and the latest project details. On April 15th, the first of the 6 Martin Martella Mark IV Memorial monorail trains, this one was the orange one, was gently lowered onto the concrete beam. By April 15th, the last of the 337 concrete beams arrived from Washington and was nested into place, putting finishing touches on 6 miles of beamway for the new monorail to traverse. Springtime was the haunted mansion completely installed, accomplished because of animatronics characters had been built at the same time as the ones for Disneyland. Ghosts were not to be the only things arriving from California. Disney tailors were actively designing and creating more than 40,000 costumes to be used around the resort. Whistle while you work became the theme of the new hires, while ordinated in the traditions of Disney. We're in show business, and we try to keep everything in that theme, explained the instructor and future Disney legend Van France. Some people may say it's corny, but that's what's made us who we are. When people lose the ability to laugh at corny things, we're all in trouble. By May, Disney announced that the more than 8,000 workers were on site. As the ambiguous delays arose, additional labor was added, and 10-hour days were instituted. By June 12th, it became quite apparent that the rush was on when the Associated Press disclosed sun glints from golden turrets on the medieval castle commanding the Disney theme park. Beneath, on Cinderella's balcony, hangs a huge sign. Remember opening October 1971. Back at Disneyland, plans for the opening ceremony, which included a training 200 white pigeons, were underway. It is a standing joke at Walt Disney World that the Snow White homing pigeons are being trained to fly upside down in defense of the guests below. Indifference to the guests below, joked the writer of the Orlando Evening Star on the May 29, 1971. On June 19, 1971, Walt Disney World opened its first post office, proclaiming 32,830 as its zip code. But the press ate it up. The postal unit was located temporarily in the park's preview center until its permanent location in Lake Buena Vista was finished. Exactly 1 month later, On July 19th, it was broadcast Disney phone system opens. The exchange began a corporate venture with the Florida Telephone Corporation. It was a technical marvel. Disney phone system became part of the world's first all-electronic telephone company. Well into the hot summer of 1971, the local press happily proclaimed Disney event to make Orlando's golf capital. Scheduled for the early December, Orlando became the only city to claim 2 major tournaments on the PGA Tour. On August 18th, Disney's dedication to culinary delights and dining was extolled in the media. Walt Disney World heralded the hiring of the former World War II Hungarian Army cook, Gary Reisch, who was brought to the Polynesian exclusive staff. In the 3 decades following the war, Reisch served as a noted chef for the likes of Hollywood Hughes as Princess Margaret and Lady Bird Johnson, who had extended him an invitation to cook at the White House, and he was working there when Disney lured him away. By summer's end, in fall, Disney affirmed to the world how it would realize the Walt's environmental vision. Walt had always been committed. Environmentalist. He's been a committed environmentalist even before the term became popular. Towards that ideal, those who have left to carry on the legacy did so with reverence. In fact, the entire year of 1971 embodied the concept of environmentability, long before the Jimmy Cricket ever coined the word. Disney World will not be a dirty world, proclaimed newspaper headlines across America in September. Aware officials and designers at Walt Disney World had invested well over $50 million to combat litter pollution and to protect their land and the surrounding environment. It was viewed as a staggering investment in the future, nearly 3 times the initial cost of Disneyland. Notable aspects in this commitment included the incinerator billed as virtually pollution-free. 7,500 acres of wilderness were set aside as a conservation area. A Treaty Testament sewage plant reportedly turned out water pure enough to drink, and the much-heralded AVAC trash collection system was the most advanced waste disposal on the planet in 1971. The latter, pronounced in Sweden, the latter, pioneered in Sweden, consisted of 12,000 feet of heavy steel pipe running through the property like a giant vacuum cleaner. In later years, when Disney World has steadfastly maintained its commitment to the protection of natural resources. Through September, workers rushed around the clock to meet the approaching but impossible deadline. And work continued up to the last minute. The night before the Walt Disney World opened, future Disney legend Dick Nunes was directing an army of workers laying sod outside the contemporary resort and shouted, green side up. Perhaps he should have just put Latin names on some of the weeds, and there were simply too much left to do. Opening day we would arrive, Walt Disney World would open, and people would love it. Hope you guys did like that. Please post a little comment right down below. Tap that little subscribe button, you know it helps. Bloom and Cheese, outie.